Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video tutorial I will teach you about constants, and we will use our knowledge again to write a program to count words. We already counted lines and characters, and now we are going to count words, which is a little bit more difficult. If you want to try that by yourself again, feel free to pause the video and try that. You have everything you need to know to write this program. It just needs a little bit thinking. Okay, I will start off again like we did in all of our last videos. I will introduce a new variable c and have a while loop, and inside this while loop I will assign the value of getChar to c, and I will compare that to EOF. This is what we did in the last videos, and in this video we are going to need two more variables. One is the word count, just like lines or whatever. We introduced a count variable in our last 2 or 3 videos, I don't know, so it's nothing new. This is the actual word count for our program. I just wanted to count, thank you. And we need another variable. I will call that isWord, and this variable is actually a bool. So 0 means false and 1 means true. It has no other values. So why we need this one exactly? I tell you why. The first question you need to ask yourself is, what is a word? And this question seems stupid, but actually it's very important to understand the task. Okay, let's just go ahead and say this one is a word, and a number is also a word, and it will get a little bit stupid, but these characters are also considered words now for our understanding. I just want to keep it simple, that's why we also say these last characters are words. So this is one word, and this is one word, this is one word, this is one word, and this is also one word. Okay, and all these words have one thing in common. They are separated by spaces, tabs, or new lines. So whenever comes a new line and a space or a tab, this will separate two words from each other. So what we are going to do is, inside our while loop, we are checking for these separators. So we are searching if the next word we are reading is a space or a new line, or it's a tab. And the tab is new to us, it's \t, so you already learned something new. And remember, this loop, this while loop, is reading character by character from the user input. So when we meet this situation that we have this character, we are not inside of a word. So what we want to do is we want to say isWord is false, it's 0. And in all other cases, this must be a valid character, which we consider a word. And if we meet that situation, so we want to say isWord equals 1, because we are inside of a word. But there's also one special occasion, and that one is interesting. Consider this. We are reading a space. So in our while loop, we read a space, it's okay, isWord is set to 0, and we take the next character. And the next character is an A. So what happens now is following. The A is not one of our special characters, which are the boundaries of a word. So this one will not be executed. We will come to these lines. So first we want to tell the program that now we are inside of a word, but we also want to have something like this. The only problem is we don't want to count this we don't want to count every character inside of a word, which we are doing now. We want to increment this value only if isWord was 0 before. And this is a little bit complicated maybe. Let me explain it to you. When we reach this A, the value of isWord is 0 because before we set this value to 0 when we read the space. And now we see the A and we are executing the else block here. And the first thing is isWord is still 0, so we are counting the word. But after we counted the word, we are setting isWord to 1. And the next thing is we read the B. isWord now is 1. It's not a special character, so this one will not be executed. These lines will be executed, but isWord is set to 1, so we will not count up. And we will stay inside of the word until the next space will come, because now this part will be executed. So this is what makes this task tricky actually. And if you see it like this, the only tricky part is to consider what's a word, because then you can see this pattern and you can say, okay, I just need to check for the spaces. And we already did that in the last videos. Okay, what you couldn't do is the tab part. That's okay. But all other things are just your knowledge. I just want to give you a training here to see this situation, to see how we can solve problems. That's basically all you need to know to be a good programmer, really. And I know that is hard, but basically that is math, to see some patterns and to come up with a solution for this. Okay, one more thing. I mentioned the constants first. So we already know what's a constant because we already use one. This EOF is a constant. In one of the last videos I told you the true value of EOF is -1. And imagine 2 weeks later I will ask you, what's the meaning of this value? Maybe you don't remember anymore and you say, oh, I don't know. But if I write EOF here, you know, okay, the meaning of this value is end of file. This is a special value. So we want to make sure all the people know that this value, the 0, actually is a special value to our program. It has a special meaning. The word count doesn't have a special meaning because it can be 0 for 0 words, can be 5 for 5 words, or whatever. So actually we want to tell people this is a special value, and we do this by using constants. The isWord variable only has 2 values really, so 2 values can be defined as a constant. That is no problem. If of course we have 100 different values, it makes no sense to use constants. Okay, you define the constants like this. Oh, the semicolon is not allowed here. It's a special value. You can say this by this definition of the value. This one is the name, and after the name comes the value. So we define isWord and I'm sorry, isn't word. Okay, I can't come up with a great name now. Maybe you can. And or okay, no word is actually also good, because it's shorter. I like this. Okay, and you can see no word now has the assigned value of 0. So I can go here and I can put no word for the value 0 here. It's actually also a bad name, but okay. Maybe you can use the comment section to tell me a really good name for this one. And the isWord constant is used for the value of 1. Okay, and now if some other programmer will go inside of our code, he will see isWord equals to no word. Now we can use the comment and we can say no word means we are not inside of a word. And maybe he can already guess that. I don't know, I'm not sure. The name is bad. But now you can see the code is a little bit more readable than before, because the values 0 and 1, you're not very sure what's that. Okay. One more thing we forgot about that, or I forgot about that, maybe you already wait for that, is we didn't test the program. I'm sorry, we do that now. Okay, after the while loop, I will output the exact word count for this, for whatever the user typed here. The word count is, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at coming up with words. Okay, the word count is whatever number word count. Okay, and now we can compile the program and check it. Okay. So this is what we already know. We just can type some things here. Yeah, hello world, and we will expect 2 words. This would be 2 words, and this true. It's really 2 words. That's great. We like that. I try another word. I try this. Okay. And I send end of file, and I get word count is 5. That is also true. Okay, so this program is working. We are very satisfied with our program, and yeah, that's basically all for this video. In the next videos we will have some more exercises that are slightly different from this one, but we will also go deeper into this example. We will play around with the characters, we will play around with counting things, we will play around with arrays, everything we already got to know. We need to make sure we don't forget these things. Even if I annoy you already, we need to have this exercise. This is really important. So we have some more exercises in the next videos that you can also try, and then we will go on with functions and pointers. Okay, see you then.